faith background has basically been that I've lived in a very good Catholic family my whole life. I see that this has been such a great blessing in my life because of all the ways that I've just been, like by praying with my family, by being taught the faith, that's helped me to grow. Certainly the Eucharist and reconciliation, confession have helped keep me centered, and having a regular practice of prayer, because if you never talk to God, it's hard to stay faithful to Him. I think that my first inkling of maybe being called to the priesthood was when I was about 8. I remember that I was with my mom and my aunt, my grandmother, and we were walking past one of the, signage boards out there, and my aunt happened to see something about the priesthood, are you called? And she was like, she just sort of made a joke, oh, Matthew, have you ever thought about that? And I hadn't really before that, but I remember thinking then, it was meant as a joke, but it didn't strike me as a joke. It wasn't until I was about 12 that I started thinking a little bit more about it, and by the time I was about 16, I started really seriously thinking about it, okay, well, you're getting towards the end of high school and stuff. What are you going to do afterwards? And are you going to go into seminary directly after high school, or are you going to maybe wait a few more years, see if... But then I think that, by the time I got to 17, I had prayed a lot about it. I had talked to the diocesan vocation office and done some discernment activities there, and I just felt really strongly that this was what God was calling me to, and I didn't really feel like there was any point in putting it off longer than I needed to. I was thinking about the whole religion, faith, and thinking about family members of mine that have fallen away from the faith, and I just remember one night being just thinking about it, and I don't even know why, but I started crying. I was thinking about well, is that going to be me? Am I going to fall away? And I just remember I felt very much consoled, I guess I would say, that night, thinking that no, you've got to stay the course, and also that you have to try and help people come back. I think that's also something that contributed to my vocational discernment. You kind of have to choose. Are you going to give your life to this, to the fact that it's real and true and beautiful and good, or are you going to just sort of either ignore it completely or have it be something you do on Sundays?
May there be less of me and more of you. May there be less of me, my God. May there be less of